What is up, guys? Merry Christmas, happy holidays. It's Christmas Eve. We're going to just do a little video here thanking you guys for hanging out with me all 2024 season. Very appreciative of everything and anyone that has participated in the comments and commented and just pleasure hanging out with you guys. So Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Hope you guys made it to week 17, got some fantasy championships going on. What we're going to do here is I'm going to just open up a screen share and we're just going to kind of cover some of the things, because I'm not going to be able to do a waiver wire show tonight. I'm not going to be able to do a Wednesday night live stream, just with Christmas and I got to be traveling. I will be doing my Thursday night stream though. So I'm going to basically prep you guys to get ready for waiver wire and tomorrow's 2 Christmas games. So let's knock out the waiver wire first. There's not a lot on the waiver wire this week. I think if you're plugging in guys from the waiver wire, it's probably not going to go well. But I'll just kind of recap what I got here. If you need a quarterback one this week, Anthony Richardson at New York Giants seems pretty good. I don't mind Geno Smith. They're a high-volume passing team. He tends to get there with yards. If he gets 2 touchdowns, he's a good play. Matthew Stafford at home against the Cardinals. They need to keep winning that game to stay looking good in the NFC West. And then Caleb Williams, he keeps slinging. So they're at home. I like Caleb Williams if you need a quarterback. If you need a running back, and, it's funny because, if I go to my waiver wires, they all look like this. So I'm sure your waivers look similar. Like the top running backs are Kareem Hunt and Devin Singletary and just a bunch of junk here. So there's probably not a lot of options. I guess if I'm looking at these options, yeah, I like Kareem Hunt against the Steelers. He can get a goal line touchdown. I do like Audric Estime down here. He's an interesting guy that could get some carries and opportunities against the Bengals. Other than that, there's really not a lot. But if you guys play in shallower leagues, Jerome Ford, Tajay Spears, Gus Edwards, Alexander Madison, Kendre Miller, Amir Abdullah, Tank Bigsby, and then there is Audric Estime for you. I should have added Kareem Hunt, but he should be owned. And yeah, he's 65% owned. So I usually only list guys that are 60% and under. If you need a receiver this week, the receivers look good. Jalen McMillan, must add. Wan'Dale Robinson, Quentin Johnston, Hollywood Brown. I liked Hollywood Brown's usage. He only ran 15 routes on Saturday, but he had 8 targets, which is really strong. So if I'm just looking at the projections here for guys on the waiver wire, sure, Kayshon Boutte, Marvin Mims, maybe one of these Washington Commander receivers. It's not a great waiver wire, I guess, in this league here, but there are some pieces that could help you guys. If you need a tight end, let me just look at the tight ends in this league. And the league that I'm referencing here is the Fantasy Fellowship Money League. I'll take a peek here at the championship for you guys. It's Chig Okonkwo. He's been lights out the last 2 games here with Mason Rudolph at the helm, double-digit targets in both games here. So if you need a tight end, he's the clear guy. I know a lot of people went with Brenton Strange last weekend, who's still on my list. It just didn't come through. So it's Chig Okonkwo or bust. If you need somebody, maybe Noah Gray gets you a Christmas touchdown. Tyler Conklin didn't look terrible last week. And then if you need a defense here, Bills defense versus the Jets, Chargers against the Patriots. I like the Dolphins against the Cleveland Browns and the Colts against the New York Giants. If we just go to the defenses here, this waiver wire is really, really slim. Maybe you try the Raiders against the New Orleans Saints. They looked pretty bad last night. So waiver wire, not too pretty. Let's move into the start sits for tomorrow. And if you guys are a member of the Fantasy Fellowship, this stuff is all live in the membership tab. I'm just going to review the Christmas games here. We have the Chiefs at the Steelers as the opener. Pretty simple here. I think you're starting Patrick Mahomes as a QB2 in Superflex leagues. He's a fringe QB1. We can look at my rankings. He's a fringe QB1 in this one. I think you're starting Worthy. If you have Worthy, I want to find a way to get him in my lineups. He's been phenomenal the last month and a half or so. And then I do think Hollywood Brown, I'm ranking him ahead of DeAndre Hopkins this weekend. You're starting Kelsey. You can play Hopkins, but I have him more as a deep flex, more of a wide receiver 4 guy. And then Pacheco, man, he kind of got hopped by Kareem Hunt last week. So kind of nervous. I don't really want to play him. I think I'd rather play Hunt and hope for that touchdown. And then you can go ahead and start that Chiefs defense. On the Steelers side, Russell Wilson's just a QB2 option for Superflex leagues. I prefer Jaylen Warren over Najee Harris in this one, as we expect the Chiefs to be playing from a lead and probably leading to more passing opportunities for Warren. It sounds like Pickens is going to play, so put Pickens in your lineup. I know it's a tough matchup, but they need Pickens. And then other than that, it's Warren, it's Pickens. I don't feel great about Najee, but if the Steelers plan to win this game, it should be an effort to get Najee the ball running. And then deep flex here, Calvin Austin. I'm going to say maybe on the Steelers defense. I don't really trust it after they got walloped by the Ravens. And then I'm leaving these guys here on the bench. So kind of staying away from the Steelers. It's Warren, it's Pickens, and then a lot of Chiefs here for your flex considerations. The Ravens side, it's pretty simple. You're starting Lamar, Henry, Zay Flowers, and Mark Andrews. I think Rashad Bateman's the real question mark at flex. He scores touchdowns for them, so I do like that option if you need a wide receiver 3 flex. I think the Ravens defense is totally startable. They're top 10 ranking for me this week. And then I'm probably not going to play with Likely. Justice Hill's probably doubtful after getting concussion. Rasheen Ali, RB2. Maybe Keaton Mitchell gets in there. I'm not sure, but it's going to be a lot of Derrick Henry in this one. And then the Texans side, with Tank Dell's injury, like Nico Collins is going to be a slob against the Ravens defense. You're starting Mixon and Collins, and I think that's about it. You can play Dalton Schultz if you need a tight end off the waiver wire. John Mechie maybe is a deep flex here, but don't get cute. It's Mixon and Collins. Stroud's just a super flex option. Schultz maybe as a tight end streamer, not starting the Texans defense. So those are the 2 games that get you guys through Wednesday. Hopefully you don't need to really worry too much about waiver wires and things like that. And then I'm going to pull up my weekly rankings, which are fresh here. I have to get on the road here. I'm headed to Christmas up in Green Bay, but we have the weekly rankings updated here. I will provide an update for these probably on Thursday morning, as well as the rest of season rankings. So here's just a sneak peek at my quarterback rankings for week number 17. And then I did mention Mahomes is a fringe QB1 this week. I like this ranking of this guy so far. So take a quick picture if you need one. I'll go on to the running back rankings. These are my top running backs for the week here. No questions with any of these guys here. Get them in your lineups. We are watching the health of James Conner, but I think he's going to be good to go. The Cardinals just don't have much to play for, so I'm a little concerned about them resting him and shutting him down perhaps. If we look deeper down the list here at running back, you're starting Kenneth Walker. I think Jerome Ford earned a start for us. Rico Dowdle, I'll give him another chance, even though it's a tough matchup against Philly. I'll give Brian Robinson another chance. I think Rashad White against Carolina looks pretty good. I want Warren, Tracy, Swift, and then I'm holding out hope for Garendo. They said he could play. Receiver rankings here. These guys are all must-start studs. You guys know these names. You guys are starting these players anyway. So let's look a little bit deeper on the wide receiver rankings. After the top 12, you got Sutton, McConkey, Higgins. I think I'm going to play Drake London. He should be okay to play, even with Penix. I think he's got a safe floor. I'm playing Neighbors. I'm playing Flowers, Garrett Wilson. I want to get those Jets receivers in my lineups this week as Rodgers is going for his 500th overall career passing touchdown. Keenan Allen, George Pickens, Cooper Kupp, Jordan Addison round out my wide receiver 2s. Wide receiver 3s include DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, Jamison Williams, DK Metcalf, Thielen, Debo, Jawan, Jacoby, Devonta. There's Worthy, Shakir, I'll give him another chance. And then Jalen McMillan cracks the top 36. These are the fringe guys that I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of questions on this week. And these guys are all wide receiver 3 flexes for me. Got to watch the health of Jalen Waddle. And then my tight end 1s for this week: Bowers, McBride, Kittle, Jonnu, Laporta, Njoku, Kelsey, Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson. I think if you have those top 9, you're playing those guys. And then these are more of your fringe starters here, whether it's Kraft, Chig, Ferguson, Henry, Schultz, Kincaid. These guys are the question marks here. And then my defensive rankings. These are my top 10 defenses for week 17. Let me know if you guys have questions. I like the Dolphins off the waiver wire if you can grab them. I like the Colts off the waiver wire if you can grab them. The Giants are trying to hold on to that number 1 pick, so don't be afraid of the Colts defense after they just gave up a bunch of points. And then I just want to share with you guys, I'm so excited. I have a big week 17 coming through here on DraftKings. I snuck a team into the final round here, guys. So I'm super, super pumped about it here. I made it to the button hook, which I think it was the $9 entry, is a $9 final. And I'm going up against 45 other people. My team looks pretty stacked. My quarterbacks are Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, and Kyler Murray. My running backs are Bijan, Chuba. Come on down here to Bucky Irving, Khalil Herbert, whatever. Clyde Edwards-Helaire doesn't count, and Braylon Allen. Maybe Breece Hall doesn't play and I get a Braylon Allen start, but I like Bijan, Chuba, and Bucky. Those are my 3 workhorse backs. My receivers are pretty loaded. I got Nico, Keenan, Malik Neighbors, JSN, Lockett, whatever, but I got Josh Downs, Khalil Shakir, Jerry Jeudy. We have some juice at the receiver position, and then the tight ends are George Kittle and then Chico Okonkwo, of all people, and Dawson Knox down here as well. So this is a huge, huge contest. 45 people down to the finals. I can't remember how many people started in this, but first place is $3,000. We've already locked up the floor of $500. So hopefully we get something here. Not expecting to win it, but I wouldn't mind, finishing in the middle of the pack here and grabbing a couple $1,000s. So cheer for me on in this one, the DraftKings button hook final. We made it. This is my only team that I made in the finals. I only did like 10 DraftKings drafts. So we made it in one of those. So that's it for me though, guys. Merry Christmas. I got to get on the road. Happy holidays, guys. I thank you so much. This is going to be the last week of regular season content. I don't do week 18 stuff. If your league plays in week 18, you guys got to stop that because there's going to be a lot of wishy-washy stuff happening next weekend. So I will do some live streams periodically after the season. We'll do some playoff coverage and things like that. But thank you. Merry Christmas, guys. Have a good one. Be safe. Good luck. Peace. Got me feeling icy.